In 2014, the Russian Federation launched a terrorist attack on Europe, sending tanks to Ukraine, the largest country in Europe. According to Office of the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights, 13,000 people were killed and more than 30,000 became victims. Part of the state was occupied by means of murders and blackmailing. How did Europe react? By trade and business relations. Sanctions turned out to be a common political lie. German Chancellor Gerhard Schröder was providing friendly cooperation through secret talks. Pay attention to the history and consistent activities in the interest of Russia. Gerhard Schröder, Federal Chancellor of Germany in 1998-2005. Since 2006, Mr. Schröder was the chairman of the Shareholders Committee of Nord Stream AG. He is also the main initiator of the project. Since 2009, member of the management board of TNK-BP. Since 2017, chairman of the board of directors of NK Rosneft. Since 2018, head lobbyist of the Nord Stream 2nd project. On April 7, 2014, amidst Russia's military campaign in Crimea, the Vice-Chancellor celebrated his 70th birthday in St. Petersburg Yusupov Palace with Vladimir Putin, of course. 5 years later, Schröder made this shadow agreement public. Crimea is an old Russian territory. Annexation of Crimea by the Russian Federation is legal as it was approved by the population, which means there was no aggression. The politician was quoted saying by Bild in 2019. Terrorism is legal in Europe. Blackmail, threats and murders are lucrative. Now there are nuclear weapons in Crimea, which are new arguments for negotiations with Europe. This is one obvious example. Such cooperation has been established with all European countries at all levels. Numbers speak for themselves. Over the period of 2014-2021, Europeans paid an amount equivalent to $1.1 trillion for Russian goods, thus giving this money to the terrorists. Another $77 billion was received by terrorists from Britain, another $87 billion from Japan, and $76 billion from the United States. How was the money spent by the Russian Federation? To prepare for a new war in Europe. In 2014-2021, $0.5 trillion was spent on armaments, nuclear missiles and the army. At the beginning of 2022, Russia had record gold and foreign exchange reserves. Crimea and Donbass are profitable, so you can go on killing. During these days of bloody war in Ukraine, when the largest country in Europe is being destroyed, Schröder is once again telling a political lie with a single thesis. Gas and oil must be supplied to Europe without interruptions. We need to make sure that the remaining political, economic and intersectionalities between Europe and Russia are not completely cut off, the former chancellor wrote on LinkedIn. He added that these ties, despite the current dramatic situation, are the basis for the hope that we all have, that a dialogue on peace and security on our continent is possible again. Gerhard, how many killed Ukrainians will it take to pay for your well-being? How many Ukrainian women and children must die for Germans to have warm houses and full wallets? Every single euro that comes to Russia is spent on missiles for Ukraine today, and tomorrow those may be nuclear warheads for the whole world. We demand that Ukraine be admitted to the European Union and that all business and financial relations with terrorists and all their allies be severed immediately.